Time to start on case 15. Ghostbusters. Again, break is sponsored by Blowout Cards. Thank you to them. No time to waste. So case 14 had a couple of really nice sketches and some relatively rare ones. Unfortunately, no Aykroyd autograph. Can't have them all the time. And no printing plate, which kind of stunk. But again, they are not guaranteed to be in every box. Put that back down. So the first case that we opened, all the hits were in different spots from where I'm used to seeing them. We'll see if this holds true with the first case or with what we're used to. So I'm doing the middle row first, since the autograph and sketch are usually in the outer rows.
Here, guys.
Yeah, Adam, you can, well, I tell you, just so you know, the actual, drafting starts immediately, but the clock will not start until the day after I put the posts up, the scans up and the lists. So, even if I get scanning tonight, 1, 2, 3, they won't be done before midnight, which means, you know, we won't, the actual clock won't start, what's today, Friday, so, till Sunday night.
I should have started doing the Jubilator. Let me put on probably
Seen a few of him. Here's somebody we pulled a fair amount of. Alright, so then we'll go to, I think it's the second one down on the left. I was off one pack. Yeah, I mean, believe me, sending a list is always the best thing to do because you never know if something turns up and you're, away from your computer or like, and you'll see. I mean, I'm pretty easygoing on my clock. I say 30 minutes. I usually, I'll give you at least I'll give you some extra time. I mean, that's almost a given. But then sometimes you get a whole lot of extra time because I'll fall asleep on my computer. So like around 10:30 or so, a lot of times when somebody's time's up, you won't see anything update because I'm zonked out at my desk. Doing a little belly crawl.
Might have been AJ. I'll keep it going. Like for me. Alright. That was almost. Oh god, I got a trap, don't worry.
Ben Stein. And a Melnitz patch. And whoever picked up, I can't remember who we got in the last case, Bruce Gerlach, but we got one of these exact sketches.
Are we trying to die? People are pretty strong legs, like jumping 24/7.
Was it? Who was it of? I mean, I'm assuming that with the hair and everything, that's supposed to be Egon. And the glasses, of course. No, do you remember who the sketch was of? What character? Yes, I feel like it was like almost an exact, like it was identical to that one right there. This feels thick. Maybe we got I mean, I bet you it's a Cryptomium in here. This feels a little bit thicker. Yeah.
$500 of each resource and a bunch of ammo and some shields. And traps.
Oh, these cards sticking together.
Now you have some mats to go with that.
Let's see how we made out.
I love how like before this game, we all marked different places and we ended up landing at Wood Lake. Wait, was this even hit?
There's a cell and some creepy Gomez Adams kind of looking guy. I do not. Tell you what, over the years I have hyper-focused my collection so much that it's like impossible for me to find stuff.
You take one and I'll take the other.
You know, like I've got the Battles in Time, the Doctor Who stuff. I started an autograph collection for Doctor Who of just all doctors and companions. I thought it was kind of neat. I was doing some in-persons. I was gonna eventually I'll make a display of what I got. And then I collect the comic book character Solomon Grundy. So that's only DC, and he's not overly represented. So I get whatever I can find of him online, and
another purple tap.
Had a few commissions done. Not exactly easy to find him.
You have purple tap and green heart.
Then after that, it's just odds and ends. Like I collect.
No, I do.
How many do I have? I don't know.
Wait, how old is Verizon?
It's not a lot because, like I said, there's not many. I did in the last the sketch grab bag. I got this is obviously it's an oversized. It's kind of like a comic version of a Grundy. Somebody had made. Let me see. What do I have here? It's pretty easy when they're just right here.
AJ, why do you need those big shields?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
AJ, take a big shield. What you mean we drop my grenades for it?
Looks like I have 30 different. 31 counting that big guy. Yeah.
Ooh,
He's kind of like the first. He's kind of like the first zombie. I have no idea why I picked him. I just thought he was cool. I liked him. I liked like Bizarro, but Bizarro's got a bigger following because it's Superman related. And he looks like Superman. Alright, so the first box was the fourth pack down, or fourth pack up. Usually the third pack. And there's a sketch. Alright, so it was a fourth pack again.
Oh, God.
And then my daughter and I, we kind of watched Dragon Ball together a little bit, so
don't quote me on that.
I got a couple of Dragon Ball cards, but same thing, they only really made gaming cards, and they're pretty crappy. We bought a box. There was a box of them that Blowout had of, they weren't gaming cards, but the quality was so crappy. They were as thin as paper. The whole box was only like $8, and I think we got like made three sets out of it. So yeah, I like going for the stuff I can't find. And the funny thing is that it's cheap to boot. Okay, Jomar Bolda. Do you watch the any of the anime that they play late at night? Usually it's like Saturday nights on the Cartoon Channel. That's when like Dragon Ball will play. And there was a show that we used to watch called Bleach. That they made again. It was a game set, but it was geared more towards collectors because you could get autograph voice characters in it. When you say super old school, what do you mean? Like how old?
I don't think that's
Oh, Kira's not that old. Kira and Fist of the North Star.
I swear. I hit a mouse. I hit the peeker.
Boy, is it that old?
I hit the guy in the metal base once. Hit him again. The guy in the metal base is really weak.
You know, it was it wasn't quite the action thing like that, but there was one that was on, I don't know how old it is. It's not that old, but it was on
He's moving out.
cable a couple of years ago. And it was somebody like in a walking house, where like the guy whose house it was, he was some sort of I don't know if he was like a wizard or what. It was kind of cool, but it was like a little kid. All right, so let's go take the top 3 off of that, bottom 4 off of that. Well, if you like Fist of the North Star and Akira, if you find online, if you find Bleach, it's a pretty cool show. Or what's on like Attack on Titan, it's on now. That one's not bad. The only drawback about these kind of shows is that half the show is everybody just yelling while they're powering up or whatever.
Nah, I only have my first one here. Yo, west.
Alright, sounds like we might be in the same general age range, but what really cracked me up is not too long, all these new channels, oh, there's our autograph, all these new television channels have popped up on cable, and it's all old-time shows. Annie Potts.
Yeah, 10 people. That's 10 people.
44. So, one of them had Johnny Sacco and his flying robot, which I remember watching that when I was a little kid. And I remember we used to watch that and Ultraman and what was the one? Why can I never remember? Oh, Battle of the Planets and Star Blazers. You mean I have young hands?
Okay, good. Dude, get on top of this factory. I think I haven't dropped that. Hit him once. Hit him once again. I'm out of AR. I'm out of AR.
There's
Does
a
anybody have AR ammo?
Winston running.
Send traps. Oh, on the house. No shield, no shield. Yeah, just one shot.
You're just the intern. Hey, where's the real doc? There's our sketch. Hope they signed the front because they didn't sign the back. I think in one of the other cases, that was it Kevin Gentlecore?
Yeah. Wait, Alex, you got my launch pad, right?
Huh. Oh, look at that. And guess who it is? You know, Dimitri Martin does this bit where he says he wishes he was, well, actually, I think specifically he says it's an anesthesiologist, but he goes, he'd be the guy that's always cracking jokes, like right as you're about to go under. He'd be like, no. So you freak you out when you're going under. Oh, this one was wrapped weird. Wrapper was already like half open. Yeah, I don't know if I could keep myself from not doing that. Yeah, walk in and tell somebody, all right, so you're here for your gender reassignment operation.
I think it's left and right. Yeah, actually, I'm inside that both stairs. That's not the way. Do the defibrillator. There's menus.
Alright. Gonna flip the left row over and go bottom up. Since the autograph, if it's here, will be near the top, I think. Hey, it's not a standard slide. The purple, the class 7. So since you guys are big Ghostbusters fans, I'm guessing you got in on the Kickstarter for the board game that they did.
He's coming for him. They're really fighting. Put down the launch pad real quick and goof them. Bang. Bang.
And our autograph, Walter Peck. Alright, if we have a sketch, it's in one of the next 2 packs. And there it is. Make you wait a minute. It's Dan Schaefer. Excuse me. You know what I like about his sketches? A lot of them he actually titles them. Alright, so we got ourselves Gozer.
AJ. It's still trash, yeah. Yeah. It turned. I'm going to big balloon next year. Huh? AJ, go to the blue house to the right of mine. And then Roger. Yeah. We went in north side and northeast side.
Yeah, it's not on all of them, but it's on. Like we've pulled 4 of his recently, and I want to say there was a title on 3 of them. And this one feels stiff. I mean, it's probably just going to be a Cryptomium. Nope, just because they're stuck together.
After one running over. What?
You know what? We had one of our cases. I know I had one that had 2 autographs in it. I'm not sure if I had 2 sketches, but I think at the end of the day, it still averaged out to the 10. Like, I think I had an extra box that didn't have one. And Slimer. And there's our Kurt Fuller. I've never been shorted. The only thing we've been shorted on is the foils. Flip these over. So if there is a sketch, it'll be one of the last, should be one of the last 2 packs. And our sketch, not a bad sketch. Thomas Boatwright. It is Thomas, right? Why am I? Yeah, I couldn't remember his first name. Well, we might have a dog appearance on camera tonight. Let me see if she can get downstairs. I don't know if she can get through this mess. boxes and wrappers. Jenny, come here. Come here real quick.
There's a mini one. Yeah. Little cage.
Oh, little girl.
I do.
Here, real quick. Here, put your paws up on the table. Here's Jenny. Our little long-haired dachshund. Girl. Go see Jake.
That's what separates beauty from art.
Yeah, she's a lot easier to get on than our other dog, Murray.
We were in the weight room, and there was like this kid who's like obsessed with Pokemon on the treadmill. Just so lame. Kept going up to him. We kept racing his feet.
I had a great day when I was growing up. We used to be able to ride them.
And he was dying, and you didn't know that you.
They don't live very long though.
To stop it. So this kid's sprinting, saving his life. And meanwhile, he was singing like the Guns N' Roses song that his coach put on the speaker.
No, that I wouldn't know. When I grew up in a tavern, so my parents were always home because it was also our house. It was a big building where the house was on the second floor and the bar was on the first floor. So there was always people there.
Yeah, there's like legendaries and stuff to this actually.
I just remember he used to slobber everywhere.
You see it? Did you break this one?
Here's our Griffin patch. Let's just do that real quick. Not even worth wasting the camera time.
You get on top, get on top. Ooh, storm.
We're getting all the easy guys. That piece of that styrofoam they put in the boxes. Dave Florek.
Where, north or south? Alright, yeah, good go. Alright, get around that tree. No rush. Like when you break. No. We don't need no launch pad, it's only one more thing. Maybe already rush it. Maybe already rush it.
Forgot to flip them over. That's the sketch.
What?
I did not look to see who it is.
Find you.
I'll be as surprised as you guys.
I have 10 minutes. Yeah, I have 10 minutes. Yeah, actually, I need some ammo on the generator.
I recognize this one too. Pretty sure this is Greg Golem.
Storm to storm.
In the back.
You have 8 AW full speed.
Alright, that was the halfway mark. 6 boxes down, 6 boxes to go.
7 Where are we? Okay. The right one or the left? 5 left.
So besides Ghostbusters and Aliens, what other products do you guys, or I should say, licenses? Is there anything else you guys collect card-wise?
After a while.
I gotta tell you, Star Wars is so watered down right now.
One peek the left side.
I don't remember. Were you in the clerk's break that we did? I mean, we killed it in what we pulled. I don't know if you weren't involved in it, if you saw the break.
Yeah, I have loads here, house. That's empty. Oh, yeah, on the mountain. 75. That's awesome.
When I did sports, all I collected was Tony Gwynn. I mean, I would do sets here and there, but
Southeast.
I had to give up after 1998. I stopped. It was getting too crazy.
Yep.
I still have a couple of cards. Matter of fact, the Fleer Ultra inserts, the autograph versions, because when Fleer went out, Fleer was only about a half an hour. Oh well, you would know, Adam. Fleer was only just right up in Mount Laurel. So my boss and I went to the auction. All we ended up buying was furniture. 1, 2, 3, 4. For him, and I bought a couple of uncut sheets and stuff, but a lot of that surfaced in our area first, and a guy had. I've got 8 of the 10 autographed ones. The only problem is that they're not stamped because they were in-house.
The advantages.
But it also means I got them at a really good price.
I'm guessing the other Easter used the guys were shooting it before. Our best bet might be to push these guys.
Yeah, I think I've got about, maybe counting those cards, I got about 20 autographs that I kept. Some balls and helmets and bats and a jersey. Not game used, one of the upper deck authenticated ones.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, see the last 2 packs. I'm going to guess that we're not going to get both since we've gotten both on every box so far. Autograph is Larry King.
Yeah, we gotta move that.
Cool sketch. Eric Mail.
Okay.
That'll scan good. There's a lot of good detail in that.
Not in now. Why do you have to Yeah, one more. Then I'm different. Honestly, that full favoring was pretty stupid. Alex, did you play the mobile?
starting to wind down on this box. Ready? Play a little game with these boxes. Let's take bets. Who's the autograph? And what is the sketch of? It's also assuming that there is one of each of those in here.
They could be going to Dusty right now.
I'm going for Jason Reitman as the auto. And I'm gonna go with a Slimer sketch. I'll play it safe. The cell. This is actually, the cell is nice and clean. I don't know who, some fortune teller lady. You can see she's got I guess a bone in her ear.
Leave the chest. Leave the chest.
But the cell's nice and shiny.
Under the stairs.
Alright, no autograph. So that'll answer that one. I'll keep my pick for the next box.
Alex, I don't think he's coming. He would have came by now.
Well, we've gotten a sketch and an autograph in every box so far. So there should be two that aren't. Francois Chartier. And it is...
You know how bad
Nope. So we were all wrong.
Wait. Yeah. Oh my god. Did you do... Wait, was it LD, right? Oh, they're coming. Okay. No. Get away from me.
I am going to change my sketch, guys. I'm going to go with Stay Puft also. We're just about 2 cases done, and we have not, except, yeah, we haven't pulled a Stay Puft. That was just a ghost.
You legend.
That was on the surfboard.
Keep writing now. Let's go. There's only one minute. You take the knife. Your mouse. Alex, you can take it. Wait, leave. Why grab this first? Well, you're lucky. You're a fucking. Yeah, who needs a shotgun? We need to get. Oh god. You're kidding. They're ready for us, I think. Wait, they're like. I'll hit the guy behind the tree twice. Full squad. Headshot him out. That guy's one shot. Go down here.
Alright, we're getting to the end of the box. So,
Anyone have shotgun shells? I literally have 0.
this is the autograph pack. Who is it? We were all wrong. Dave Coulier.
How much do you have? Maybe like 15 maybe. Wait, can you drop the shotgun shells before you go up the stairs? They're at the top or something. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, this box, at least the hits are falling in the same, where they should be. And no sketch in this box. Like I said, in all the boxes where things seem to fall where all the other ones did, the Ackroyd was always in one of the 2 top boxes.
Alex, I'm gonna go up the stairs. You go that way. Here, like, right here, right here.
Yeah, it's just because, and the only reason I even paid attention to it at all is when I open the case, I flip it over to take all the boxes out, and it's always the last box. So that means it's got to be one of the ones on top. I mean, it's the same reason why I can tell you most of the time which, within 2 packs, which pack has the autograph and which one has the sketch. There's always going to be a couple of cases that are outliers, but on the whole, they follow a pattern. Or they just don't want to open like this wrapper. There we go.
No. I have 58. What's the bunker here?
Oh, there's our autograph. It was 3 packs down instead of 2. And you were a box late, but
Okay.
there you go, Adam.
Where? I think I was in that. Oh yeah. On the hill too.
A Spangler patch.
Don't say it. The inaccuracy of one shot down, one shot down. Oh.
Think we'll be getting a printing plate soon.
Why did you think me, you loser?
Didn't get one in the last case.
These kids are not even good. He not there. You see. Yeah, that guy's probably decent because he has the funny looking stairs. That's on your left.
We have reached our sketch pack.
Another one, another one.
Beck
Seashells.
seashells.
More health in the storm from fall damage.
Is that our third Dana sketch in this case?
Finish his teammates. Finish his teammate. Wait, our team takes 4?
There's our standard slime.
At the time. No, guys, no, there's only one thing to say to this. The Jubilee.
Hmm.
I don't feel like changing my equipped ones.
Hey, we got a sketch already. That's weird. Wonder if this will be a 2-sketch box. Alright. Guesses on what the sketch is of. I didn't really see it. I'm not going to take a guess because I kind of have an idea what I saw the corner of.
Goodbye, AJ. Goodbye, Trail Rider.
I will tell you that it's a good one. Just based off of who did it. Array of code books. Who did that sketch? Oh. No, it's not that. Oh, there's our printing plate. Now, what I did with the printing plate is I'm not going to show it to you until I find the regular version of the card. That way you can have something to compare it against. Well, I will tell you that it's not that. Well, this is the foil version, but there's the card in the foil version, the quote, and then there's the printing plate. And it's hard to see, but that is magenta. So I guess they don't just have a black plate. I guess they print them all. There's our cell. Close up. Nope. Yeah, I guess since it was probably because of the printing plate, it messed up the way these packs were laid out. And there's our Ackroyd. Top box. And this is insane. Alright, so I don't know how well it's going to show. This is a ghost trap. There is glitter in the card up at the top there. You can just check it out. And that is another Scott Houseman special. I'll have to go look at the previews to see this Mikey sketch. And I'm going to have to guess that between the three of you, you two and Logan, if you haven't seen that sketch, that, you know, whoever pulled it kept it, or it's still in a box. Let's see, what do we do? We'll do another patch. Tell you what, you could say that in general about this whole product. Yeah, I'm sure the people above you will be more than happy to do that. There's our last patch. Who do we get? Ah, good old Alexander. You know, I didn't notice it until just feeling it, but the foil parallels, the backs of the cards, they have a slightly different feel to them. Never really paid attention. There's our autograph. Oh boy, John Rothman. Can't go wrong with him. Alright, let's see what kind of sketch are we going to end on here. Unless we already had 10 and this won't have a... Oh, there is a sketch. Raz Ortiz. Guess that's a ghost from the animated show. I don't know who that is. I think I could insulate my house with all these Ghostbusters cards. Alright, quick recap. So you just saw the Raz Ortiz. This crazy Scott Houseman. It's in a soft sleeve now, so it's got glitter on it. It'll probably show up in the scan. Beck Seashoals. Francois Chartier. This Dana. This Eric Mail. Mummy Ghost Guy. Greg Golem. Thomas Boatwright was good. Dan Schaefer. Kevin Gentlecore. Joe Marbolda. We pulled a lot of him, if you want to talk about a common guy. And Bruce Gerlach. They were the ones. We also got a printing plate. We got 2 slides, so one of which was a Class 7. We got our Ackroyd. Everything else is pretty much as it is. Okay, again, going to stop recording. Put all this stuff aside. We'll get to case 16 in just a few minutes. All right, see you in a few.